What's up, boys? Am I looking bigger? Oh, I don't know. Anyways, so you guys wanted a little trade breakdown, and I'm here to deliver. I'm gonna be basically going over all the trades that I took. And there's a total of 5. That pretty much gave me 100% win rate, I'd say, because most of them were stopped in profit or break even. So first trade that we're gonna be going over is gonna be this right here. Excuse me. So overall bias has been bearish. Entire redacted was pretty much saying that we're expecting high of the week to be put in during yesterday's Asia or London session, which seems like it did. Which was also a perfect power of 3 setup. Standard deviation, as you can see. My indicator also caught it, and nice little power of 3 going on over here. After which, not really much longs opportunities, but you can see we capped out over here. Anyways, I don't really use fib standard deviation. However, what I do use is fib OTE. So let's go over this first trade that I took. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of lucky to catch this trade. So the reason I took this trade was VWAP or some delta heat map. Oh, not delta heat map, sorry. VWAP. There we go. Also, not lying when I said my indicator put in high of day. Look at that shit. Look at that shit. Anyways, VWAP, and I was expecting a break and retest of VWAP and this little order block right here. Now I was overall expecting like to take longs somewhere down here. However, talking to BNZ's overall outlook was bearish, and it's been a while since I've traded Asia. And because of overnight volume profile, overall outlook was bearish, and expectations for the rest of these weeks are going to be bearish because of seasonal tendencies, because of overall overextension. Like, we've been pumping for we've been pumping for so long, and then on top of that, look at this huge gap that we still haven't filled. So because of that, I was like, all right, I'm gonna take my chances, and I took this on MNQ. Okay, this is wrong. Okay, MNQ. 12 risk to reward. I took 190 right here, and I was taking this order block plus VWAP. I kind of took an entry off the instant reaction we had. I kind of was gonna limit, and I was fucking around with my limit. I was trying to limit. I was like deciding whether to limit this or this, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just limit in the beginning, in the middle of the two. All right, so took that. For 5 MNQ. Bam. After the first candle we got, I immediately moved to break even, and boom, absolute rejection block. Okay, then our next trade that we took was during Asia. Also kind of a risky trade. Now, I do take these slightly riskier trades during Asia, during when I'm on eval. Okay, so the first trade that we were taking, it's gonna be this. Mind you, I tried to long off of this. Didn't really record, didn't take any screenshots, so I don't remember my exact entry. But I did market long this since we got an SMT here. Nah, you can't really see it, can you? Gotta go on the 1 minute. Pretty much SMT with this. Yeah, let's go back to here. Yep, SMT right here. And usually what I wanted to see was I was like, okay, maybe we'll see kind of a little pump off Asia to OTE, which is these levels right here, and then maybe see something off of that. So I'm gonna try and catch this pump off of the little manipulation and long, which started working out, right? It started working out overall. And then bam, lost that trade, right? So continuing on, right? I was like, okay, overall bearish. Okay, that's out of my mind. We already reacted um off the equilibrium. I'm looking for shorts, right? And we're at this point. I see we're dumping pretty strongly. Put in this little rejection block, rebalance type of thing. Didn't necessarily hit view up, but we tried. Okay, gives us a rejection block right here, a 3-minute and a 5-minute. After which I took this rejection block, right? Oh, it's right there. Boom. Took a short off this rejection block with 2 minis. Bink. And I was targeting. Here, let me fix it so it's actually accurate. With 2 minis. I was targeting just to make. Fuck now. Just to make the profits to pass the eval. However, didn't necessarily account correctly for the trade that I lost earlier. So because of that, didn't end up making enough. Needed a couple points. After which I saw this little SMT reaction. I kind of market entered right here and longed up a couple points. This was also with like barely any size on an NQ. Boom, quick little scalp. I immediately went break even with that trade. I just wanted to make the money to pass the eval, after which I did. And then going on after I got funded, blah blah blah, I sat out through this chop. Wasn't really sure, and then I was like, okay, maybe this leg's OTE, right? So that was my thought process coming into this trade. VWAP aligning with the OTE. VWAP aligning with the OTE. Boom. And I was like, alright, I missed this trade. And I was like, okay, if we're going to pump up here, I want a reaction off the 786. And I'm going to enter as soon as I get the reaction, which, again, market ordered on here. Here, let's go. Boom. Market ordered on here as soon as I saw that reaction off that. And ended up, and I think I was like on the 3-minute or 5-minute. Yeah, I think 5-minute. But market ordered that. And like a $300 stop. Very little. And I was targeting 945. I wanted to make 5 bands on this trade. Because I thought the max payout was 2,500. Trade was going absolutely amazing until it wasn't. Got an SMT and started chopping, and I got chopped out around here somewhere, like on 20. Yeah, so I ended up only making 20. Where's 20? $2,000, right? So then after that trade, right, I was like kind of bummed out. I'm like, are we serious right now? Got this huge pump. Here, I'm like, okay, because we got this huge pump, I'm gonna look for another OTE entry down because I just absolutely trust the fact that we're probably gonna go down. And if we go on the lower time frames, I'm going to show you. Yes, I use standard deviation for this one. Just like right here. What do you see? A reaction off the standard deviation right here, off the first deviation band on VWAP, and we have the 705 right here. Right after we got that reaction, I ended up taking that 705 right there, right? Also kind of market entering because I didn't necessarily have the chance to enter to limit because something was wrong with my trading view. It wouldn't let me set any limit orders, stop orders, so I had to like do everything manually. So I got tapped in and my stop was right above this high right here, and I was just targeting 3001. Why is this at 71? Oh, 3001. Almost got stopped out, which I was stressing about, but I was too busy washing the dishes. And I was targeting 3001. Bang. And absolute rejection block. So, very, very simple. Very, very easy trade. Wow, I didn't realize we dumped that hard off this. Dude, I could have made freaking a bazillion dollars off of this. 300 points. Anyways, doesn't matter. So yeah, nice little couple of trades. Now obviously I'm not showing the endless times I've gotten break even on these trades. Like on this trade, oh my gosh, I got break even twice, right? I got break even 3 times off this area, this 73.25 to 74. This little area, shit ton of break evens, okay? But I'd rather get 25 break evens or like very small losses than, you know, have a wider stop and risk, let's say have a stop of 20 points or something like that, like right here above this high, right? Targeting my, like, see how my RR is like here. Let's go to what we were originally targeting, right? 3001 or 945, let's say was original target, right? That's 6 RR, right? And if I get stopped out with 2 minis, 2 times 40, it's $800 stop, dude. That's a pretty huge stop for me. Like, I can't really deal with those losses. But let's say I take this right here, right? Boom. Take this with like a 5-point stop, targeting that. Pretty crazy RR, obviously. Yeah, let's say 7.5 because that's what I was mostly using here. Crazy RR, 17 RR, but I'm going break even really fast. Okay, boom, got break even. All right, let's try this again. We're getting a reaction. Okay, boom, nice. Everything's going smoothly. Another break even. Fine. We'll wait for another reaction. Bang. All right. Took another trade towards this. Boom, another break even. And at this point, I'm like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna take the OTE. The break even was like somewhere around here, but I'm gonna take the OTE. I'm just gonna let my stop breathe above this high, and I'm just gonna target my slightly smaller target, alright, and just let it play. And it did, okay. But at this point, I was already up 1,400 or 1,000, something like that. And for me, I was like, okay, worst case scenario, I lose $250, or no, I lose like $400. $300. Sorry, my math is not mathing. But worst case scenario, I lose $300. But that's not as bad as losing $300 on a 50K, fresh 50K, compared to 51.5K, where it's like, okay, I'm still in profit. It's fine. It doesn't affect your psychology as much. So that is why I take so many trades. Like, I'd rather, there's something Quad said, which was a soldier, um, matter of fact, I'll find it in Quad's thing right here. A soldier dies with a full mag. Alright, let's see. The man who died. Oh, right here. The man who waits for a perfect shot dies with a full mag. Okay? Very deep words. You're waiting for a perfect shot. You're waiting for a perfect entry. And you either make no money, you miss your entry, or you miss out, and then you have FOMO, and then you end up losing, right? Because you start crashing out. You have a higher chance of ignoring your rules compared to the man that takes 22 million shots and finally gets it at the end. It was imperfect trades. It was all like based off kind of rejections and OTE. Like seeing how we're rejecting off OTE and overall bias, right? Because there was no very solid volume profile entries that I was necessarily looking for. The only thing that I saw in volume profile was this SNR right here. Hold on. God damn it. This SNR right here. Oh my gosh. Which you see all these reactions right here off this level, and it was like aligning with everything. So I was already like, okay, if we've reacted from this level before, as well as it's aligning with something that I want to take now, it's a higher probability that it plays out. Obviously, we chopped around a lot right here. We were not making really good, clean moves. However, in the end, we still made 4 bands, bro. So, yep, now I'm just going to be focusing on taking very, very light, simple trades. Oh, nice. Also, little indicator. How much points is the indicator up right now? 127 points. I mean, come on, bro. SMT. I bet you there's OTE right here. Indicator, SMT, OTE. Nice. That's really fire. Love seeing my shit work. Anyways, oh, and on top of that, VWAP bands. Anyways, that's the end of the trade breakdown. Hopefully, y'all got some sauce. Yep, deuces.